So this is our project for MD165, Creo 2 Parametric Introduction to Welding Application. Group members are Kibrom, Sidharth, and Richard. We'll begin with the agenda. In this project, we will be introducing weld and different types of weld, and we'll give a description concerning this. Then we'll go to demonstrate the types of weld in Creo Parametric, and we'll have a conclusion. So beginning with weld introduction. The definition of a weld is joining together metal pieces or parts by heating the surface to the point of melting using a blowtorch, electrical arc, or other means. By using Creo Parametric welding application, we can simulate and analyze different types of welds in CAD parts. So these are just the different types of welds that we have out there. So fillet weld is the first one. Refer to the process of joining two pieces of metal together with whether they be perpendicular or at an angle. The second one is groove weld. The groove weld refers to the beads that are deposited in a groove between two members to be joined. Plug and slot. Plug weld is an alternative to spot weld used by vehicle manufacturers where there is insufficient access for a spot welder. Now, spot weld is a process in which contradicts metal surfaces are joined by the heated object. Now that we all know what the different kinds of welds are, we can continue to demonstrate. So we're going to start with a demonstration of a model tree.
Now we begin demonstration on the model tree. In Creo Parametric, to be able to access weld functionality, we need to have existing assembly opened. For this, select Application tab so that we can configure model tree to show features and suppress objects. Selected features are now displayed. We have the rod in model tree displayed. If we right click rod name, then select edit definition, show up. This will pop up weld material dialog box. This shows define rod parameters. Under the weld joint type, preference can be reviewed and modified by clicking preference from setup group. Weld type are listed on the left of the weld preference dialog box. For example, select fillet weld type and click intermittent tab and modify your parameters like we do the dimension under sketch tool. This slide shows different shapes of weld types and dimensioning those the same way we discussed in the last slide.
In this slide, we can notice there are different options of welding joints are available, like fillet weld, groove weld, plug shot weld, and spot weld. And we can also see under groove weld there are different options which we can select. For example, square groove, bevel groove, V groove, J groove, and etc. And the best part of this slide is it also shows what we mean by spot weld or plug and slot weld. In this slide we can see if we click on weld wizard, weld definition dialog box shows up, under which we can select different shapes of weld and we can apply it to our model. In this slide, after selecting fillet weld type, a dialog box with different options shows up, which include different parameters and options like location, symbols, and properties. And by selecting required parameters and options, and by selecting edges of the object, we can apply our fillet weld. In these slides, we can see different procedures of applying V groove angle cut by selecting different options. This slide shows selecting contact surfaces to offset for root opening or angle measurements. This can be done by selecting the first set of edges to be prepared for highlighted contact surfaces of base plate. After selecting the first set of edges, the contact surface gets highlighted as it shows in the picture. Once it is highlighted, we can select it and we can dimension it according to our need. As we can show, there is a magnified image of giving dimensions is shown. In this slide we can see, after going through all the procedure and selection criteria, V-groove angle cut has been applied in between the joints, and we can also see we can do it on the same other side. So by the end of the presentation, we covered following things: what is welding, different types of welding available in Creo for our use, and how to use those options by selecting different parameters. And for our reference, some sites are mentioned in the below where you guys can go and read and discover something more about welding in the Creo.